I'm Kathleen Am, and I am the director of the National High Magnetic Field Laboratory here at FSU. I always was very interested in science because I saw that my father had a really good career in the oil industry. He was a geophysicist who got his PhD in geophysics at MIT. He actually studied the moon rocks when he was a graduate student, so we had lots of pictures of NASA and we subscribed to National Geographic. So I always was interested in learning about the world. And at the time too, they had discovered the high temperature superconductors in the late 80s. So when I went into college, I did like solid state physics. So that's how I ended up, going into solid state physics and superconductivity in graduate school here at the National High Magnetic Field Laboratory. I came down from the University of Illinois with my advisor, Justin Schwartz, who was in the nuclear physics department, and he was offered an opportunity to come here to the lab just when it was opening up in 1993. So we drove down here, and it was on homecoming weekend, because I can remember all the people with their regalia going to the football game when we arrived here on Saturday, and got to tour the lab. It was brand new, really amazing. We could see that it was going to have incredible infrastructure, incredible opportunities. I had the original director of the lab, Jack Crow, as my co-advisor. So I worked on developing high temperature superconductors and actually making a high temperature superconductor and then trying to figure out how to make wires out of it. But it was a very esoteric, difficult material to work with. It was called mercury, barium, calcium, copper oxide, and it had to be made at very, very high mercury and oxygen pressures. So I learned a lot about safety. I learned a lot about materials. I got to measure my samples in the high field magnets here and some of the original resistive magnets. So it was pretty exciting. I had a lot of fun, and there was such a great group of people here that really have had a very broad impact on the field of superconducting magnets. And it's just wonderful, those relationships have continued over time. And coming back here, I never thought in a million years when I was a graduate student here that I would become director of a lab. I just wanted to have a good career in science where I could support my family. And I thought, working in the applied physics area led me to a career in industry for a very long time, for almost 20 years before I went to a national lab and then came back here. What the highlight has been for me is, we've been really, really working on making this a better place for our employees and strengthening our leadership team, getting our leaders the training they need to coach their teams and help them reach their potential. We have a lot of good sports teams here, so we know about coaching at FSU. So we want to teach our scientific leaders to be excellent coaches too, so that we develop our teams and our teams can develop the best science and perform at their best. This is beyond my wildest dreams to be able to lead such a phenomenal group of scientists and engineers here at the Mag Lab who are just doing incredible research.